was doing a lot of film studio work as a performer, and I wanted to score films, and so I got into the cinema department at the university, UCLA, with that in mind, but I never really thought of becoming a director or anything like that. But then when I got in school, I had the facilities to really do films, and then little by little I just kind of wasn't doing music anymore, I was making films. Film is an art that exists in time as does music, and so you get a sense of pacing, and you get a sense of when to go fast and slow, and so many people think, oh, it's got to go fast, 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 you know, and that doesn't work. So one thing I was always very good at in my film is the rhythm and the pacing. Grindhouse is not the right term. The kind of films that I made played in grindhouses after 3 or 4 years, but they opened in major theaters and were big hits, and they were exploitation pictures, but they were very successful exploitation pictures that played in major theaters, so it's not quite the same thing. Nowadays it's a favorable term, you know, so can't complain. Yeah. Well, the only thing I'm not comfortable with is the term B-movies, because B-movies is a very specific term for a specific kind of film that was made by major studios to be played on a double feature, double bills, which they didn't have anymore by that time. Yes, I had fond memories, and I have some memories that I would prefer not to have. But the best thing about Roger was that being a director himself, and he was actually very talented. If he had not been so cheap, he would have made good movies probably. But I learned a lot from him. I learned about how to get a maximum of effect with a minimum of means. The guideline that I got from Roger Corman, which has always stayed with me, is something has to happen in every reel. And that doesn't mean somebody has to hit somebody in the face. It means you have to have some, you know, moment, you know, that's carrying you on to the picture. Well, different actors have different ways of working. Some actors have to have everything very carefully nailed down, and other actors prefer to be spontaneous. So as a director, you have to understand that and be able to take advantage of both of those things and know when you shoot the picture. Well, I was casting this first woman in prison film, The Big Dollhouse, and I was interviewing a lot of young actresses because I had an ensemble of girls in the story, and the script did not specify a black actress for any particular part or character, so I was kind of free with that. And Pam came in just along with a lot of other girls that I was looking at, and when I first saw her and talked to her, I felt she had a great presence and what we call authority, you know, which means when she's on the screen, she takes your attention. And she was very, very serious, she was very disciplined, she was very professional, and I just took a chance on her without knowing these things, and it worked out very well. She practically stole the show in the movie and ended up singing the title song, as you probably know. And when I got a chance to do what became Film Coffee, it was an opportunity to write the role particularly for her, because I knew her personality and her strengths and weaknesses, such as they were. So I was able to write a script, and the studio supported me in that. My #1 project is a romantic comedy that I have written in collaboration with my wife, who has a very good storyline. And we've done 2 or 3 other scripts. And what I need to do is to become in a position to be able to get financing for a romantic, I mean, the idea of a Jack Hill romantic comedy sounds so ridiculous to people, you know, but that's where my heart is, you know. And so I'm going to be doing a remake. It may be turned into a series of 4 remakes of the films that I did with Boris Karloff in 1968. And if the first one turns out well, then I hope that I will be able to talk about my romantic comedy.
Coffee, baby, sweet as a child.